You're probably wondering why I'm standing on a dirt platform up in the sky. Well, this is why. This is Blockfront, a Catan-inspired minigame that I've created in Minecraft. And we've been working on a little bit on stream, planning out some of the things over there, which I'll get into in a minute, and building up this platform, which took way longer than it should have. But the basis of the game is each player has their own capital, which is all these places. This was completely randomized. Each grid is marked out with the torches. I had to light up the area, and I thought this was an easy way to show each grid location. Each tile that you can build will have something, one of these things. Not that one, obviously that's the capitals. You can't build them. But we have our military bases, we have our towns, we have our forests, we have our farms, and we have our quarries. Each one produces different materials or things to attack, defend, whatever. So obviously we get soldiers out of this, upkeep of 2 food, which you get from your farms. We have our stone quarries, which produce our stone for materials to build things. We have our forests, which produce logs, is also a material to build things. And we have our towns, which produce gold, which you need gold to claim each tile. The other thing that towns do is they will increase your capacity. So you start out with a capacity total of 5 tiles you can have with the capital. So you get 1 already taken from the capital, and then you get another 4 that you can build around adjacent. So you can't build diagonal, you have to build next to each one. So your capital has 5 total, and then your towns increase by a total of 3. So if I built a town there, I'd be able to build another 2 from that town. So right now we are at turn 1, turn 0, I guess, whichever way you would like to say it. We have myself in the cyan square here, Scottish in lime, Matt in the light blue, Ender and Jaden in a very precarious situation here. We have Ender in the purple and Jaden in the red. We have Sykes in the magenta, and all the way over there by himself is Nomad down the bottom, or technically top. Now, my thoughts is I'm going to put a forest here, is what I'm thinking. First tile claimed. So we have paid our fee for claiming the tile and for putting the forest down. Or you can't see it. There's a chest right there next to that crafting table that all fees and resource costs are to be paid into. But yeah, so we've claimed our first tile and paid our fees and everything. And yeah, I'm ready to win. Yeah, I decided that a stone quarry would be a better option for us. And instead of going there, we've gone to this side. So we now will be making stone out of that and planning a few more moves ahead and stuff. I think this is a better option. And as you can see, people have actually filled out their sections pretty well. We've got Nomad with the forest. Sykes has decided to skip this turn and is not claiming or building anything. Ender has done a claim but not building. Jade has put a military down, which has actually changed the color of the wood inside. But sure. He can do that if he would like to. And Matt has claimed but not built, and Scottish has built a farm. Although for some reason, she's only done 1 water source. I was like, I'm pretty sure this was filled, but yeah, I think it's all reverted. Although, I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, so the board is looking pretty good. This is basically what it's going to look like for the end of turn 1. So next up, the shop. And this is something I'm actually really excited about because the last season the shops were kind of basic. And let me tell you right now that this season, it dwarfs anything we built in season 1. So this is the location it's going to be. I did a little bit of planning on where different shops could be at different heights and stuff, but we settled on this corner. And it's going to come up to about here-ish. And for anyone who hasn't already realized, this is my seed world. The there's nothing here. I'm in creative. My pagoda's not there. And I have actually already made a start on this shop, but we'll get into that time lapse in just a bit. Before I can jump into the shop, though, I needed to get the farm sorted. There's no point in having a shop with nothing to sell. So that's what a big chunk of this episode has been. And let me show you what I built. Farms. Let's talk about farms. Because before we can do anything with the shop, I need to actually have stuff to sell. It's a revolutionary concept, I know, but we have a few farms here already. We've got cocoa beans for the brown dye. We've got red, pink, or no, magenta out of that one, and yellow out of this one. And if we come over here, we have a flower farm, which anyone who's seen last season will remember this sort of design. It's a little bit different to last season's one, but basic concept is still there. So we've got our orange, our light grey, because why would a white tulip give white dye? That just doesn't seem right, does it? But our light grey there, and then our pink over there. I'm not going to worry with white because we can just turn our bones from our skelly farm into white dye anyway. And we have our cactus for green. So that's our flower farms all ticked off. Now we have our wool farm. It's only a small one so far. We've only got 1 sheep per color, but it does its job. We get plenty of wool from it, and it works very, very well. We will expand on this, I think, depending on how much wool actually sells, but yeah, we will probably have to expand to an extra sheep or 2 per tile, but we'll see how that goes. But if you did watch last season, you'll know why I have these farms. And you'll remember the shop that I made. Yes, that's right. The concrete and wool shop is back, but it's bigger and better than ever. The design I've got, which we will get into shortly, is much bigger. Last season we had a little tiny shop that was just big enough to fit in the shopping district and have what we need. This season, I said it in episode 1, we're going big. Last season the shop was wool, concrete, and terracotta. People liked it, it made money. This season I looked at what worked, thought long and hard about branching out and trying something completely new, and built all the same farms. To be fair though, we are adding glass, so that's new. That counts. Now onto the things that we do need to still get done, which is we need a blast chamber that's not a tree farm related one, and we need our concrete generator, or to turn concrete from powder into the actual solid block. Now, I'm thinking we use this spot for our blast chamber, and we can then put our generator beside it over there or something. Maybe. I think this spot is going to be good, though. And here they are. We have our nice little blast chamber here. I say little, it is quite a decent one, but no, this should be pretty sufficient for all of our concrete needs. There is actually a few other things that we can run through it, but we're mainly going to be using this for concrete, which is coming over here is what this whole contraption is for. So this isn't just any concrete gen. We don't worry about that. That's another thing. It's not there. What we can do with this is each of those buttons and chests corresponding to each button is a different dye, like a different color that we can put in. So we'll have all of our different colors in these chests. I can click one of these buttons, like that one is currently pressed. Not that there's anything in it. The button's just pressed because it can be. But we can click one of the buttons and it will send the dye through. There's a bubble stream, which is that, and you can just see a little bit of it there. Sends it through there, down this way. Up above there's an auto crafting system, and it sends it down into somewhere in there. I'll be standing with, next to where the piston is that sends the blocks then that way. The blocks then get sent through this gap here. We needed that because there's more than 16 blocks between where they get pushed here and where they're going to enter the blast chamber. So they get sent through here, get pushed across, and then there's another, you know, this is just an extension, basically. But yeah, so we can have a whole concrete factory going with this setup and smash out as much concrete as we need. So as you can see, there is actually stone in this system at the moment. But that will be removed as we use it. We'll get all our concrete going through eventually. The only thing with this blast chamber is, if you know redstone, you would have worked out there's no duping system. That's where you put TNT into that, and this actually just releases straight TNT. So unlike this one that uses a TNT duper, this one does not. Which brings us over to this. This, anyone who watched Season 1 or seen my streams or anything will know this design. We're bringing back the creeper farm. So we have gotten up to right there. We're almost at the catchment system. And we'll start making these layers soon. I think I'm actually going to do a few more than 3 layers to start with, but that also does depend on how much tinted glass I can get, because if anyone remembers last season, it was a pain and still is. I spent about 2 hours collecting the amethyst crystals and only got that. So not fun, but I do want the tinted glass because I think it looks cool with, you know, being able to see the creepers drop down and stuff. So I will spend some time collecting some more amethyst shards and building this. But yeah, this will be our creeper farm that will basically supply all the TNT for this. It does mean we need extra sand and gravel because obviously we need sand and gravel for concrete, as well as now TNT. But unlike last season, how our blast chamber kept breaking, this one I have run in a creative world, and it seems to not break. Seems to. Hopefully that remains the case, but we should be on the right track. If it does start to break, we'll find another blast chamber and put it here. We can just link it into this system anyway. This can stay. It can still go straight into that, straight into there. That'll just push to wherever we need it to. So that's all set up. We're going to get into the time-lapse of the shop, I think. As I think that is the last thing that we sort of need before we're ready to sell stuff, basically. We need to build that, we need to do the shop, and then we're ready. So I will see you guys over at the shopping district. So right here is where the shop time-lapse was going to be. Except the file corrupted. So I can't show you the time-lapse. If you do want to see me building it, it is on my Twitch though. We streamed it. As of this video going out, we streamed it last night. If you do want to watch it, it's over there. Links in the description for that. But, in saying that, there's a lot of gusts hanging around here. This is what we got done. So, it goes down in a little water a little bit. I wanted that so that it doesn't look like it was just floating on top sort of thing. And this is maybe a third. You can see where the top of the build is going to be. That is maybe the actual Lightmatic border is maybe 4 blocks above where the actual build height is, like the build is. The reason I've stopped is right there, as you can see, we need bricks. Like a lot of bricks. I don't know if anyone's ever tried to get bricks before in Minecraft. They're not fun. They're not easy. You don't get a lot. It's annoying. It's hard. And so we're going to have to spend a lot of time collecting those bricks. However, with what we do have done, we can start selling items from this already. So I will be stocking this with a little bit of what we've got. I can't, you know, there's not a lot of room in there yet. So I can't go mental, but this is enough to start. And then as we keep expanding and building, we will add more floors. So at the moment, there's only that one. There's a floor there, and I think there's a floor up the top. So I think it's only the 3 floors. Maybe there's 4. I will add probably another floor on that spiral. So literally like halfway between them two. And then maybe another one halfway between that floor and what one is at the top. But I'll figure that out as I need to, and we'll get to that eventually. This will be basically a build that we just continue as we can now. As we're basically waiting on the bricks, so as we get bricks, we'll keep building it, but this will be a slow burn process for the next episode or two, I think. Maybe 3. And yeah, we'll just have to stick at it, see how we go. In saying that, though, this episode, we've started the minigame and gone all the way through turn 1. That will be a recurring thing in every episode. We'll have at least one turn, but with episodes being fortnightly, I may do a short little minigame cover in every second week, but we'll see how we go. We'll see if it needs it. But we've started the minigame. We've built all our farms that we need. Creeper farm is done. You can't see the farm itself. It's behind the trees, but that's the AFK spot for the creeper farm. We've got plenty more to come. Next episode, we will start working on what is going to be our actual base. And then we can move out of that pagoda. Our actual base is going to have proper bed and storage and actually feel more like a house than that. And then we can put our nether portal in there as well. So that's definitely exciting. If you haven't already, make sure to like and follow. I will see you guys in the next episode.